sports. It's Oklahoma City, the defending champion. It is the San Antonio Spurs. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies are not in the NBA Finals. We all know this.
They're not.
Our friend Gabriella, huge Memphis Grizzlies fan. So I text her to see, if she's watching this game. Her response was, "What do you think?" And so I was thinking, maybe she's watching the hockey game because her Buffalo Sabres are in. Like, oh, wait, hang on a second.
Yeah.
That game was already over. And they lost.
By the way, she watched the wrong Game 7 in round 1. How do you do it?
Okay, guys.
It was the only Game 7 on at the time, I thought.
I don't know why it's hate on Gabby Day, but here's the thing.
Oh, every day's hate on PW Day.
And then just to put a bow on this story, after all of that, she got mad at me because she's like, I did all that, and this is just game 1? So, yes.
Okay, here's the thing, guys. We consume so much sports, and I love it. It's amazing. But sometimes, I just want to go home and put on my Netflix show, sometimes.
I get that.
Sometimes I don't want to be watching the game 1 of a 7-game series.
Well, you missed out.
I did, but I knew I was going to watch the highlights after, okay? I knew I was going to get the information that I needed to get, so I didn't have it on. And he texted me, and I was about to go to bed. It was what, 11?
It was getting late, but I thought, you know what? Maybe if it comes up on the show, I want you to be like, hey, I'm plugged in.
Okay.
And this is the way that I see, I'm with you. A lot of times on game 1s of series,
yeah,
I wouldn't want to just kind of watch a recap. But I was like, man, this is an incredible moment that maybe the last 15 minutes that, you're up for the night, you watch the series.
And I turned it on, and it was cool. And I saw that Wemby had a great game.
Yeah,
but
he went
that was all info that I could get the next morning in my daily research recap.
Then she watched some Memphis news and then put a bow on the whole situation for the whole night. But to extend
News is wild, guys.
To extend this point, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they have been dominating throughout these playoffs. We talked to Holden Kruzmark. He said basically the only team that could beat the Oklahoma City Thunder is the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think the San Antonio Spurs heard that, and last night they proved it in double overtime.
Yeah, and I mean, Victor Wembanyama, who has shown up in the regular season series against Oklahoma City, showed up again last night. I mean, I don't remember a game like this in game 1, and granted, it did go into double overtime.
Right.
But when you score 41 points and grab 24 rebounds, it was like the game 1 in the Minnesota series, where I think he had 13 blocks against the Timberwolves in game 1. It's just an absolute ridiculous stat line. But, I mean, what did we have the conversation last week about the freaks of nature in the NBA, like Dwight Howard and now Victor Wembanyama and Giannis? I mean, this dude just doesn't even make sense to me.
He doesn't.
And I think he is the only person in the NBA, honestly, in the entire world, that could honestly single-handedly beat the Thunder in this series. If he puts up these numbers every night, which it's not going to happen. So, OKC, you don't have to worry about it because it's not going to happen every night. But if for some reason it does, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Like it's wraps. And your so-called dynasty.
Grand opening,
Gone.
grand closing.
I will
Grand
say
opening.
my favorite part of last night was I watched Wemby's post-game press conference. And the reporter asked him, something to the effect of, it kind of looked like you were out there playing for a little more than just a game win. Were you a little upset about the MVP results? And his response was, yes, all of the above.
And that's interesting because that opens the door to our next conversation.
Yeah.
Before the game started, SGA wins his second MVP. I don't think a lot of people were really surprised by that. If you were watching the odds towards the end of the regular season, it made it.
I agree.
It made it sound like it was going to be the case. Did find it curious when they decided to honor him.
Yeah.
And the NBA has its own parallels and the reasons why they do what they do. But you do have to factor in the notion that Wemby is the defensive player of the year, one of the best players in the NBA. This just had to fuel him. I mean, I know you just spoke to it, but the fact that they did it right then, and it's almost kind of not fair for SGA, who's trying to get ready to get his team ready for game 1 of a best-of-7 series.
Yeah, but I do love that Wemby just straight up said, yeah, you're right. I want to win as many MVPs as possible. And it's really cool to see that he actually like showed it all out there on the court with an incredible game. So I thought, that was definitely the fun storyline of last night.
Right, Patrick. I know the NBA. They love the drama. They love the storylines, and this all started with David Stern, the late great David Stern. Back in the day, he said that we're going to make our superstars kind of bigger than the game, and it started with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, and went to Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant and others. This is just a part of the fabric of the NBA. Having that drama in there, do you think it played any effect on the results that we saw on the court?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, Gabriella brought up how he said last night, all of the above. And I don't think there's greater motivation than being told, hey, you're not the MVP the day before you go up against the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
And you dominated this MVP's team in the regular season. I think they went 4-1 against them.
Yes.
They, for a while, were the only team that could beat Oklahoma City. And we were talking before the season even started with Holden Kruzmark, like, hey, this Oklahoma City team might break the Golden State's record, 73-9.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Wemby's like, no. Anytime there's this notion where, Wemby's not the best, he's got to come back and be like, yeah, are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Can SGA carry a team to the finals on his own? No. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I seriously don't think so.
Yeah.
Can Wemby? Yeah. But the weirdest part is the last thing we'll talk about with SGA and him being named the MVP. It's so weird. Of all of the former Kentucky stars that have done so well in the NBA, it's weird that he's the only MVP.
He's the MVP.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, what does Cal say? His players can amass like GDPs of small countries, but none of them outside of SGA have ever been MVP.
It's
just so weird.
Such a good point, especially considering the factory of NBA players that have run out of the Kentucky Wildcat program. I mean, you think of, you could off the top of my head, guys that were still in the playoffs. You have Karl Anthony Towns, who was an MVP there. You have what's his name, Devin Booker, who played for the Phoenix Suns, who was one of the Kentucky guards, and he's had a phenomenal career there as well. So just to be able to see SGA do it now twice, it wouldn't be the name that I would have pulled up, former Cal guys,
right,
to win an MVP. We did get a chance to hear from SGA after winning that MVP. We heard from him, but we also said that you talked about Wemby after the game there as well. Mm-hmm. Things that stood out from his press conference. Do you think that this is dialed in, or was this kind of all the emotions into game one that may not be sustainable into game two and game three?
I don't know. I just got the sense that he is not happy about the results of the MVP, and it's really fueling him right now. So I don't think this was just like a one and done game. I see him giving his all, and I don't know if he can have the performance that he had last night in every game of the series. I mean, he put up crazy numbers. I think 23 rebounds, 40 plus points. Like I don't know if he's gonna have that performance every single night, but I think he's gonna try. I think he's gonna give it his all. So I think it'll be a really fun series to watch. Yeah. Maybe I'll tune in to more than just Game 7.
Maybe.
If it makes it.
Maybe so. Yeah. Don't text me back. It's just Game 2. We got a chance to hear from the former Kentucky Wildcat star after the game.
Honestly speaking, I don't have a tag on it. I don't have a number on it. When it's all said and done, as long as I know I gave everything I had to the game, I'll live with the results, and whatever that looks like, it looks like. I don't have a certain amount of accolades I want to collect. I don't have anything I specifically want to do besides win. And as long as I'm giving my every day, my all, and doing it the right way in my way, I'll live with the results, whatever that looks like. It's special. And not really for me personally, but more so for the city and the organization. I think someone told me a stat. It's been 4 MVPs in the last 12 years to go through this building, and I don't think that's coincidence. There's a reason why you have success when you come through this program and this facility and this city. Everything I just mentioned, from the fans, the love they give, to the ownership, the front office, for making things easy, making sure we're getting our work in. The coaches playing the right brand of basketball and holding the right things accountable. The way things are run in this organization, in this city, it breeds success, and it's no coincidence. I'm just lucky to end up here.
So that's the positive take of Gerhard Jr. He's went back home with the MVP trophy. Also went back home with a loss. Now down 0-1 in the series. But as far as him on the court, we talked about what might have been affected or not affected from the winning the MVP. He was 7 of 23 in the game. And Patrick, this is not really becoming of an NBA MVP and a defending champion. Blip on the radar or something more concerning?
Yeah, this one, I feel like you have to kind of, walk a fine line here because we talk all the time about how, sometimes teams get a little bit on the high side where it's like, okay, we just did all of this good. We won all of these games, so we're going to walk in here, I just won the MVP, and we've kind of, absolutely destroyed everyone in our path so far. And then he comes in, and it's like, ooh, all of a sudden now this might be a series. I mean, when you go 7 for 23, yeah, he got his 20 points. But what does SGA do to get his points?
He goes to the free throw line.
Oh, I fell. Oh, ref. Flop Central double-double. I don't care. This was kind of a bad performance from him.
Do you feel like it was a situation, though, where the Spurs just really did their best to shut him down? Or do you think it's more on him for not performing well?
I mean, I'm not going to put it all on him. If there's someone that you've got to direct the blame to, it's Chet Holmgren. I mean, he was awful
he
last
was
night.
bad. Yeah.
Where in the world was Chet?
Right.
He didn't show up.
Yep.
That's all I can say.
Right.
Because when you let Wemby do that, meanwhile, I think Chet went like 2 for 7 from the floor.
Yes.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
It's just kind of embarrassing.
One of the first times in the first half where I actually turned the sound on, he knocks down a three-pointer in the corner, and there might have been a few seconds to go before halftime, and it's like that's his second shot of the game, and I was like, how is Chet Holmgren shooting for the second time in the game with seconds to go before the first half? It just lets me know that either he wasn't engaged, he might have felt a little bit of pressure on himself because he has to guard Wemby on the other side of the floor.
Yeah.
It just feels like he's not in his he wasn't fully there.
Yeah.
On both sides because Wemby cooks him on one side and then he doesn't necessarily get involved in the offense on the other.
And it feels like, going back to what Simone was saying about what she's worried about with the Knicks tonight, it almost feels like that's kind of what happened with the Thunder last night.
Yes.
Because they did not look like the team that won 64 games in the regular season. They looked like a team that kind of limped their way into the playoffs and were going up against the Spurs, who had been very good during the regular season. It was such a weird performance for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know they're trying to get healthy. I know J-Dub has been dealing with injury.
Yeah.
SGA had that wrist injury in round 1. But, I mean, you have to win game 2. If OKC goes down 0-2, I think this is over. And the Spurs are going to be your NBA champions because no one in the East is winning.
That's what we're talking about with Simone and Eli as well, because I do think, yes, the New York Knicks are playing very, very well. I just don't see the Knicks or the Cavs beating this team there at all. Before we go, do we have the Wemby after the game? Victor Wembanyama, Gabriella mentioned it earlier, a little salty about not getting the MVP. He spoke after the game.
I feel like it was a great effort from everybody, 1 to 15. Physically, I'm feeling tired, honestly, but not as much as you would expect, honestly. It's probably the adrenaline. It's going to come down a little bit. I'm probably going to sleep pretty well tonight. For that one, I was just thinking, take my time. But for the rest, there are some plays I wish I were thinking more. Like I think it was the regulation last shot. I had an open look, on a way smaller defender, so I should have just taken it. But it's an experience we learn,
All right, game 2. Who you like?
Ooh, man. I think I'm taking the Thunder.
To the bounce back.
Yeah, to bounce back. I don't think I think it'll be close throughout the series, but I think the Thunder will get this next game under control and bounce back.
Game 2.
I got to go Thunder.
So we all think
These will all be close games.
Yeah.
Like, I would not expect there to be any blowouts. If so, that's kind of disappointing.
Right. And I could see basically like a popcorn style, like one after the other after the other after the other. And next thing you know, we're playing a 7-game series